Hi, my name is David Brager. I'm a graduate of Washington State University, and I am not a graduate of Murrow because at the time that I was graduating, Murrow wouldn't allow a 100-level class to be taught on the internet. If you want to take it, you have to go to Pullman. Now, wait a minute, what type of communication school is it that you can't get a communications degree without going to Pullman? So I have a humanities degree with emphasis in communications and English. In 2005, in the midst of my MBA in marketing studies, I found a 42-point puzzle in the design of the Gospel of Matthew in a language I thought I had invented in 1983. In 1982, I learned computer memory mapping from Jim Butterfield while working on the first generation of the Commodore 64. In 1983, a U.S. Army Air Corps warrant officer supply pilot named Charles Brewer from Richland, Washington, wanted to learn computers in the worst way, and so he made me a mentoring slot, and he taught me his hobby of hypnosis. I merged basic computer language as beginner's all-purpose symbolic instructional code with hypnosis beginning in 1983 and started doing strictly volunteer work so I could memory map the human mind as if mapping a computer matrix. We exist in zero-dimensional points, one-dimensional lines, two-dimensional planes, three-dimensional space, four-dimensional time, five-dimensional matter, or should I say five-dimensional matter, six-dimensional belief systems, seven-dimensional feelings, eight-dimensional communications. Buckaroo Banzai across the eighth dimension. Einstein's special theory of relativity turned up in movies. There's a shared imagination, but we've been looking through our technology wrong. I'm here to deliver the rapture, decoded from a 42-point puzzle in the design of the Gospel of Matthew, so an Einstein hanging on a cross can prove to a whole world of Jewish computer geeks, when you can see through time with this level of accuracy, you never needed a Torah. It's not what you think it is. But to teach everyone how to write good computer games. Some schmuck had to be tricked into carrying a trap word George born English for over 3,000 years. Torah is computer game design. We do a game design today. It's encrypted by the author in its own little hand, but it's written from the base of Sinai to manna. So you take this Torah, you lay it out, you slice here, and you take the beginning, put it on the end put it on the beginning, and now you have something new to look at. And the Gospel of Matthew, the same way. From the point where the Gospel of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John are all at about the same point, that's where you slice off Matthew, and from the beginning of the book to that point was written last. Put that on the end of the book. And now you'll see the actual flow of how this book was designed. If the Holy Quran has any point that is the most memorable part, and it's anywhere but at the end of the book, slice here and do that with the Quran, and now Muhammad's going to teach Islam something that they could never learn until now. How to write a Holy Quran and why do it. Someone stole the identity of God. There's only 2 commandments using thumbs and 8 rules using fingers. And the promised land is world peace, not Palestine. And there's one common enemy, the author of the Torah and anyone who thinks like writing more to use chaos as weaponry. These nincompoops picked up an alien weapon off of Judaism's shoulders and used it to turn the North and the South against each other while they got Buchanan into the White House to spend every dollar they could find and create a tsunami and antitrust that rolled invisibly forward to collapse beneath the next administration and the entire lower class. So they could create ultimate chaos and make lots of money because they're invested in opium and oil and defective operating systems. They lie as a team, and they've left a vapor trail they can't erase when you study how a Torah attacks a single person with so many rules. Rules are the enslavement. With 2 commands and 8 rules, to make this next decision, will your mind ever let your cyborg avatar on the surface of this planet, this computer game going out of whack, ever? Labeled from left index to right, lie, scapegoat, dishonor, torture, steal, overwork, adultery, or kill. If the answer is no, fingers go down. If all fingers are down, you get 2 thumbs up. Left thumb representing how you love with all your heart and all your soul and all your might. And the right thumb represents how you treat everyone as you want to be treated. Not everyone treats everyone as they want to be treated. That's why kill is over there. No Marine will ever lie, escape with dishonor or torture while they're in uniform or otherwise because it would dishonor the Marine Corps. And the Marine Corps means more to the Marine Corps than anything else. You do not dishonor the Marine Corps. Well, the Torah was designed as a trap. Anybody who thinks like writing more are going to discover that Judaism was on the quest for the perfect religion for a slave, and Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob had empty hands, not a Torah. Why are we carrying a Torah? Well, how do you teach everybody all their innate abilities all at once? You need an unquestionable source. And so we were chosen to learn something. We were not chosen to carry something. We were chosen to learn something. This time we learned something. How do you write a Torah instead of Trapper George Bush? How do you write the Gospels? I mean, in the Gospel of Matthew, you take three people and you assign one to Mark, one to Luke, one to John. You have them read Mark 1, Luke 1, John 1, in the round. Everybody else in their audience, close their eyes, and these people teach you how to see through time. This pattern's in the design of the Holy Quran. Muhammad now teaches Islam how to see through time. And this is all being done so that people can see how the Torah was designed. The Torah is computer game design. It's brilliant, but it's from an epoch level. You're looking down on God's promontory, and to your left is the past, and to the right is the future, and everything to the left side of you is ethereal logic, because you can't see the past, but you can imagine the past. And so you can process it over on this side. And on the right side, this is where material, this is where the now and things that are coming at you are. So this is why you have the left hemisphere processing the right hand and so forth. It's understanding space-time. And these tools never arrived. What arrived was the Torah. We were supposed to deliver these tools to Egypt, Greece, and China. Forgive us our trespasses. Why? Well, we went from Egypt to Greece to China, but we carried a document which reads how we built the pyramids, how homosexuality was forbidden, and how pork was unclean. If you don't see what type of menacing, vile, mean monster the author of the Torah is, for anyone to pick the Torah off my shoulders and use a blueprint to turn Palestine into Israel by securing loans beneath a very innocent and surprised Adolf Hitler, while Prescott Bush, the grandfather of the last president, of the last Bush president, was standing right next to Adolf Hitler, they pulled the loans and killed everyone's dreams, including Hitler's. He was never Hitler's best friend. He was his bully. And when I found the weapon came from the Torah, I went to Chancellor Merkel and apologized and said the family of David made a tragic mistake. We should have left this on the ground and run away. Gaijin was once our gentility, go forth and multiply global overpopulation. Kingdoms and coinage and custom and cubits are mired in logic of matter. The perfect religion for a slave would have none of these things. It was always the wrong answer. But tough love. To expose the most wicked, you need a trap for the most wicked. And for anyone to pick the Torah off my shoulders, I don't know about anybody else, my love and trust and parents will have the end off my John Thomas over this. It's remarkably personal. You think a yarmulke is a bad idea. How about having a yarmulke reattached to the top of my dick? These people are so wicked. They spent my kids' tax dollars to the vice president, Dick Cheney's company, Halliburton, to build guillotines and 2 billion coffins and trains with shackles. And all built by Halliburton. Should the Chinese pull the loans, everyone panics, creating a zombie apocalypse is written. That's what they did to Germany. And then they were able to throw policy in and say, well, if the people behave like this as a zombie apocalypse, okay, well, then we have to put them in the concentration camps and kill them. They're doing the same thing to us that they did to us last time. And last time us was Judaism. This time us is the United States of America. But it's still the burning bush. And by me rising to Aquarius, last prophet for Judaism, in 2008, and at Brewer Hall, Los Angeles, at tinyurl.com/infectadmin, you'll find Marines, saved the USA from an infected administration, published in January 2008. And there I socially distanced the paper King David from the burning bush, so anyone using the Torah as weaponry from that date on are alone using alien life form pupa. I'm arguing someone caught a virus and wrote the Torah. It's a symptom of something. This needs a judgment day. Because with the discovery of the 2 commandments and 8 rules, there's no past or future, there's only the now. And so you don't wait 1,000 days. You have the Marine Corps who seek out close and destroy the enemy. They're going to discover a lot of the enemy standing right next to them. It's a bad time for the enemy because all members of Skull and Bones, and Bits and Plot, the White House Butch, and the PNAC document are going to find a one-way trick out of this dimension because they're using the process of inventing fake military intelligence and then paying people to break the law to make it happen. Not anymore. Stop.